But your point is valid.
You took an oath to the Constitution. Isn't it unconstitutional to say you cannot exercise your carry license?
With one exception, and that is if there's an emergency, and I've declared an emergency for a temporary amount of time, I can invoke additional powers. No constitutional right, in my view, including my oath, is intended to be absolute. There are
And people like that lady is exactly why we have a Second Amendment. Authoritarian dictators that try to deter our rights. It says it right there in the title, shall not be infringed. You don't get to just use your power and authority to decide when we cannot have the ability to protect ourselves. It honestly should just be constitutional carry. You shouldn't need a background check. If criminals can get guns all day long, why is it the law-abiding citizens that have to jump through all these hoops and pay all these fees and get put on a waiting list that could take years to even get approved to get a CCW? Makes no sense. The criminals can just have guns, get arrested, they're out the next day under this whole bail reform bullshit. So you're better off just being an illegal gun holder than a legal one. It should be constitutional carry. I don't know. I see the country going in a very bad direction. This lady should immediately be arrested and tried for treason. She broke her oath of office. She's not for we the people. She represents government, who the Second Amendment was written to protect us from. Okay? It takes a good guy with a gun to stop a bad guy with a gun. And no, that does not mean the police. The police are crime responders, not crime prevention. So, you know, at 3 in the morning, if bad guys show up at your house with guns and your family's asleep and they start murdering you, you know, your wife and your daughter while you're hiding in a bathroom calling the police, and it takes half an hour for them to show up, and then by the time they get there, you're dead. I bet you really wish you would have owned a firearm in that moment, right? You guys don't think, man. The answer isn't take the guns from the good guys. The answer is give everybody guns, and the good guys will sort out the bad guys. It's just the way it goes. You know, it doesn't have to just be police that have that ability to be armed. It doesn't say that in the Constitution. Shall not be infringed for police. Everybody else has to go through all this other bullshit to stay protected. Nah, this lady's some bullshit. And I think it's a test. They're trying to see if that flies. Who's to say that, you know, Pedo Joe might not just make an executive order declaring a national emergency and strip everyone from their gun rights. Think, be careful. We're in troubled times. Trump 2024.